Hey guys, Natural Woodsman here. Doing a review of my modernized Mosin Nagant with the Archangel stock. Going to go over some of the features I added to it, such as the bipod, and go over some things that future buyers need to look into as far as just look into whenever you go to modernize your stock, or modernize your Mosin Nagant, sorry. First off, apologize, I'm doing this in my bathroom. I'm in the process of moving, and this is really the only spot in my house that I have enough room to do this. So anyway, let's get to it. Mosin Nagant, modernized with the Archangel, fully adjustable. The model number for Archangel is the AA9130. Just corresponds to the Mosin Nagant 9130. So it fits in there real nice. It makes the barrel free floating. You do have the option to send you a little, I don't know if it's a spacer, I guess, that will make it not free floating if you don't want that. I have shot it, and seems to be doing just fine. Let's see here. So, fully adjustable. I'm not going to adjust it because I've got it set to that. This raises the cheek rest up and down. Just turn it like that. Back here, turn it like that. Brings that in and out. One thing to remember when you're setting your cheek rest, place your cheek on the cheek rest at its setting. Let your head fully rest on the cheek rest. Don't hold your head up. Just put your head down there and look up. Don't move your head, just move your eyes up. If you can't see through your scope just by doing that, you need to raise the cheek rest up. Keep raising. That's why it's so high, because I've fully let the weight of my head rest on that cheek rest, and then I just open my eyes and look up in the scope, and that's where it is. That's where it's set for me. It still goes a little higher, so just remember that when you are setting your scope, you shouldn't have pressure on your neck when you're looking through your scope. Okay, just a side note there. The stock, okay, Archangel stock, of course you get the stock, and it comes with a 5-round detachable magazine. So push that, pops right out. 7.62 554R. Okay, and if you want to see what the gun, for those of you who don't know much about Mosins or whatever, and you want to see what it looks like, just Google Mosin Nagant, and you'll see what it originally looked like. So let me just set it up here for you guys. We can take a look at all the stuff I've added to it and all that. So give me just a second here. Okay, so got the bipod, just run-of-the-mill bipod, you know, $40 bipod. Pick the one you want. It is adjustable. The brand, I think, is man, it might be UTG. I can't remember right now. If you are going to install a bipod, the stock does not come. Let me see if I can get that focus a little bit better there. This right here, this Picatinny rail. You need to go to Archangel, or do internet, archangel.com, I think it is. Should take you there. And you will need to buy that and install that in order to have a rail to fit the bipod on. Okay? So this is a separate thing, does not come with the stock. this, of course, a scope, all separate. So just make sure you get that right there. Okay, my scope. Nothing to write home to mom about. It's this brand called, well, it's upside down there, but it's called Sniper. I had done so much research on scopes. I was so sick of looking at scopes. I was searching hundreds of these scopes and which one I wanted to put for whatever reason. And one day, you know, what kind of rings I wanted, and it was just getting overwhelming. So I saw this brand on Amazon. I think it was like 120 bucks, and it came, of course, with the scope, came with the rings, came with the sunshade, and the caps. Came with everything, and I was like, great, buy it. I'm here to tell you, it was a good purchase thus far. Like I said, it's not the greatest of scopes. So I did notice that I was in the air conditioning, and then I was out shooting it in the summer, this summer, and you know, when I came from inside the air conditioning, went outside where the humidity is like, you know, 100%. Yeah, the lens did fog up. Okay, so you need to set it outside for a little bit, get it acclimated to the weather, things like that. You may not necessarily buy this scope, but so scope is fine. I'll just go over it real quick. It goes from 6 power to 24 power. It has illuminated reticles, you know, 1/4 inch at 100 yards, adjustments up and down, left and right, all that stuff. Like I said, it did come with the rings. It mounts a little high, but if you do put a scope on there and you don't take off the original rear sights, you kind of need a scope that mounts a little high. Normally when you have a long-range gun, you want the scope mounted as low as possible. However, I didn't want to take that off, so I had to get a higher one. Just worked out that way. As I said, 6 to 24 power, illuminated reticle, green, red, and blue, adjustments. This right here, I love about this scope. It's called a parallax adjustment. Those of you who don't know what parallax is, or it sounds too confusing, parallax basically means that at a certain distance you can focus it for that specific distance. In a nutshell, that's what it means. So if you're shooting something at 100 yards and you're having trouble seeing it, or it's just a little bit fuzzy, well, you can turn this to that little dot there at 100 yards and it will become more focused. And it goes to 150 to infinite, which is kind of like a general setting for any distance. But if you're shooting deer, for instance, and you know, your feeder is set at 75 yards, well, you can take that to 75 yards and you will be at a very clear sight picture there. Also, I'm not going to take the cap off, but you can focus the reticle on the inside. That just means that when you look at the crosshairs and they look a little bit fuzzy, you can adjust it to where the crosshairs are really clear. It has nothing to do with your sight picture, just the crosshairs become more clear. And oh, this is a mil-dot scope too. So I have it set at 10 power, which is what the manufacturer said to do in order for your mil-dots to be accurate. Okay, so that's the scope, bipod. What else is there? Okay, big important thing here. When you get in this all the way at the end, I wait till the most important thing. Okay, so everybody who buys a Mosin Nagant wants to mount a scope on it. Oh, it did come with this rail too. The scope did. Came with that. No, it didn't. I'm sorry. Scratch that. The bolt. When you mount a scope on a Mosin Nagant, you have to change the bolt, because as we all know, and those of you who don't know, the bolt sticks out straight out this way from the from there. God bless, I can't talk. And so when you do that, most people buy the ATI bolt kit. Okay, great bolt kit, nothing wrong with it. However, they make it, there's another one a little bit more expensive, and the handle comes out. Let me get a hot top view. See, the handle is sunk in there like that. Okay, and then it comes out. They make another one that comes out from here, and then it goes down. If you do buy this Archangel stock, I recommend getting that, because what I had to do was okay, I had to Dremel this little area on my stock. Okay, I had to use a Dremel tool so that would fit and close all the way. Otherwise, it was sticking up a little bit like that. Now, Dremeled it out a little bit, and it goes down. Okay, that's the most important thing. If you buy this stock for your Mosin Nagant, do not get the ATI bolt changing kit, because unless you don't care about dremeling out or modifying, or dremeling out that area on your stock. I did not know that when I bought it, so I had to find out the hard way. But yeah, that's the biggest thing. Spend a little bit of extra money to get that bolt handle that turns down. Let's see. That's about it for this shooting it. Shooting this gun was awesome. I had to do it kind of quick, and when we were all shooting that day, long story short, it's sighted in, and I've got it within a 2-inch circle at 100 yards. But obviously this gun is well capable of putting 1/2-inch groups at 100 yards. Yeah, that's about it, guys. Any questions or comments, just leave them down below. And oh, one little thing, one last thing. It has this little compartment right here on the bottom. Okay, and I keep good place to keep your weed. No, just kidding. No, I keep my little Allen wrench in there to adjust these if needed to, if I need to tighten them down or something. Handles those rings handle the recoil pretty well so far. The stock is great. I mean, it is so nice to have that fully adjustable stock right there. It makes shooting so much more fun. Anyway, that's about it for this. This video is kind of long, so questions, comments, leave them below. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys.